happened to today. Today, I'm on my way down to the airport to play a little ham radio. I mean, to fulfill my duty to sit reserve for my company in preparedness for any contingency that might happen during operations. Well, there's a possibility I'm going to play a little ham radio. And I always suggest when you're playing ham radio to spice it up with some goals, little goals. Like, for instance, I wanted to get the ham radio duo during one of their I did. First, I got Becky, N for BKY, and then I got Mike, N for Foxtrot, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. And if you don't know about these guys, there's a card that's going to appear, and it'll lead you over to one of their videos. But anyway, they go out and show how much fun CW can be and how much fun a POTA can be if you're into being outdoors and communicating with others. They had this neat thing where if you contact them during an activation, they will send you an email with links to their channel, etc., etc., but thanking you for the contact. If you're in the video, they will also send you an email saying you're in this video and here's a link to it. They're both two awesome people. Mike usually works the iambic paddle, and Becky works a straight key. I did a short, if they let me get another card, it's up here now, about the definition and use of a straight key. Becky uses a straight key, and she is a surgeon. If you want to know, if you want to learn about using a straight key during Morse code activations, go take a look. But anyway, besides listening to the Ham Radio Crash Course podcast on my commute, and by the way, that guy who dissed Leia is a jerk. Listen to the podcast and you'll find out. Besides listening to the podcast, I'm going to do a little intro today of a video about the Green Ham Machine, my ham radio trailer. Now, I've been encouraged to do more videos, but I always say, well, it's just a trailer, and it's a homemade trailer by an amateur. It's not an Airstream. There's nothing luxurious about it, but I'm going to catalog it and keep a record. Today, I'm going to start with the silly, the simple, and the tinkering zen. Take a look. Tell me what you think. So let's start out with the silly. Silly is this shelf I installed with no guardrails of any sort. And I did find some on Amazon that have rails, and I'll show those later. But this is silly, and it never occurred to me until I went to Huntsville. As well, this tablet holder. Well, what happens, of course, is as soon as I start driving, they go flying. But it never occurs to me because when I'm living in this thing, things just sit here and nothing happens. So how about the unimportant? The unimportant things that keep me sane is I tinker. T.O. spotted some tinkering in my YouTube page banner. And I mess around with ESP32s and microcontrollers, and I'm absolutely no whiz at them. But I love to tinker with them and figure out what they can do and imagine how I could employ them. So this is a LoRa gateway. So I printed this on the 3D printer here in the Green Ham Machine. Inside is a rack wireless gateway system. And I think it's on a Raspberry Pi. Yeah, it's on a Raspberry Pi. It is connected to the Things network. Here is a sensor. Again, rack wireless, connected to the LoRa system, not the Meshtastic, the Things network. And it's sending gas readings, temperature, time, battery, humidity, that sort of thing. Something that, here's a mess that's about to happen. I'm gonna have to find a better place for these things to live. But this USB-C port is connected via 12 volts, connected to an imported power strip for power poles. So 12 volts is coming off of this, traveling down to the USB-C hub and getting converted to 5 volts for my gadgets. And this thing is switched as well, and I can hook other things. I can charge radios. Here's a piece of the silly and the non-important. Something I do think is outstanding is my OHIS unit that is connected to my radio and then connected at my operating position to a push-to-talk and headphone mic jack assembly. GPS is fun to tinker with. I can't say I've got it all figured out. This unit, the BG7 TBL discipline oscillator and amplifier, help discipline my transverters and my flex radio. Something I don't mention much is I am also quite fond of flying drone. The GPS also helps me with drone positioning. Here's something simple. I installed two 40-gallon propane tanks in the cover, all Amazon, and we'll talk about how it enters the trailer. Under there, this box came with the trailer and it's for a generator. So locked in there is a generator that will power the green ham machine on 30 amps. Right now this is 30 amps coming directly from the mains. Interesting thing is, I've got this generator. I'm a short distance from where Hurricane Helene hit. And I thought I was prepared. Well, first of all, had it come slightly east, it would rip this thing away. Now, thank God I was spared that, but I was prepared, right? That generator took me an hour to start. It's a new generator. I had to drain the carb, clean the plugs, and it started right up. It's got less than 50 hours on it. But the point is, I didn't do the maintenance. Videos on maintenance coming up. So again, power, gasoline, power generator, 240-gallon propane tanks. Next time we're going to take a look at the digital logger remote radio switching system, how we get the propane gas into the trailer, more GPS stuff, heated water hoses, filling the water tanks, and venting the water tanks. There might even be time to talk about the outdoor shower. Thanks for stopping by.